And of course, it's a dilemma that many single and separated parents have had to face during their quest for love. You may be really eager to have all your favourite people together in one place, but there's still, of course, the risk of causing your children distress if you introduce them to a partner and things don't work out or they don't like the partner. I'd love to know just how long you waited to do it and how you decided that this was the right time and how that very first meeting went when the time came. And I think I'll just declare my hand on this. So when my husband left, I met someone else, I didn't really meet this person. I'd already known them. I'd been at school with them, actually. So I thought I could trust them and I'd known them a long time. And I just felt that my girls were so shocked from the split that I couldn't bear to leave them at all. I felt that they should come with me really wherever I went so that I was there looking after them and parenting them. And also that anyone I was seeing should know that I came as a package with them.
Yeah.
So I was really trying to do the right thing. Honestly, I was. Yeah. But all that happened was that he saw us as a package. And then after about 15 weeks, he dumped me. And it meant that my girls had to get over sort of another dumping, losing somebody else that they had thought they liked, and I had exposed them to all of that. And I really, really deeply regret it and wish I hadn't. I should have waited to see if it was a keeper and it would stick or not. So I definitely got it wrong, very wrong indeed. Let's go to Marvyn on this, because I know you've considered this very, very seriously.
Yeah, and I think you should, for me, that's the separation of new people coming in, and I think it means slightly different things when it's men versus women coming into the settings. And I think when it comes to men, there's a lot more risk in terms of what energetically, physically, and emotionally that they can bring and destabilise your home.
And these are your beautiful children we're looking at here, Marvyn.
Yes. Oh my gosh, my little ones. I think it's so important that you are very considerate about how you introduce people. And I think sometimes people do it by saying this is like mummy's daddy's new friend. And I think those things are disingenuous. I think you should give your children the language of what it is that you're trying to create. But I think ultimately you want to keep a separation of those two worlds until you're 100% certain.
So you have taken this absolutely literally, and then think you've waited 3 years
3
once?
years, yes. And I think even then it was more because of the circumstances were very unique in terms of them being here from abroad, and it meant that actually they needed to stay around a bit more than they probably would have. But I think there's no rush. And I definitely feel like I advise everybody that I know, keep the world separate, build and develop your relationship. And then if you feel that actually you're moving into a territory of becoming a family, that's when you start merging those worlds. But until then, I think just enjoy yourself, really, and have a great time.
Totally wish you'd been around to give me that advice. No, I really, really do. I mean it.
Vanessa,
I mean
that's the main thing.
Tina, tell me what you think.
So my daughter was 5 and I met my husband then, and I waited 6 months before he met Bella. But actually, my husband initiated the first meet, and he was asking me what could he do to make the first weekend very special for Bella. So he initiated it. He wanted the relationship with Bella, regardless of me. So he wanted to build up a trust with her first, which I thought was very admirable.
And what did you do?
So we found out all her favourite things. We wanted to go to a farm. We took her to the Cotswolds. We just did everything that she wanted to do. So the whole weekend was about
Look at
Bella.
you, the three of you there. Yeah. Lovely.
She's now 26.
And did it go smoothly and easily, or did you feel anxious?
No, I sort of put all my trust in him. But I did wait 6 months, so I sort of got a good feeling for how it was going.
Did he have any children?
He didn't have any children, no. And then, in fact, we got married, and he asked Bella to ask, would it be all right if he could marry her mummy before he asked me? And she had to keep it a secret for a whole week.
Oh, how lovely.
And then she got a tea towel in the kitchen and made me bend down after he'd asked me and married us in the kitchen.
Oh, how sweet.
So it was all about her and his relationship with her, and I think that was very important. Yeah.
And Claire, you had a completely different approach.
Completely different approach. I separated with my husband in 2012, midway through that way, and I had all four on my own since then, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and I found myself finding that it was the last thing I wanted to do.
Oh, look, here they are. I've never seen a picture of all of them before.
Yeah, there they are.
Oh, they're fabulous. Look at them.
New York at my birthday, actually, this year.
Oh, how lovely.
And so they were all smacked within an inch of their life. And they're all still alive with a pulse. And anyway, so I've always found that my role was to support them, and the last thing they needed to do was go through any other former trauma. I didn't want them having to worry about mum. I didn't want them having to worry about anything. And it's not a big woe me thing, bash myself up. I am so good. I am such the virtue of paradigm. I'm here now, guys. This is my dating show now, right? So it's my time now, okay?
So how many years have you been consciously single on purpose because you wanted to be totally at their disposal?
2012 to now, 13 years.
So 13 years, and
Yes.
you just haven't dated at all in all
Not
that
dated
time?
at all. Not dated at all.
And you didn't think, Claire, you could date but just keep it outside the home, outside the family?
I didn't feel comfortable doing that because I've got such a lovely open relationship with them that it is mirrored in that respect, that I didn't want to keep anything back from them.
I agree.
Now that they're older, would you change that? Would you move into a new space of potentially being open to it?
Absolutely, now that's what I was saying. Now I definitely am.
She's ready.
I'm ready. Where are you? So I'll and the other thing. I think there's a pecking order.
I think any love for anyone who wants it on this
sharpen
programme.
these elbows.
No need to elbow. There's somebody for everyone. But when you look
Every
back,
lid for every pot.
when you look back, my darling, and it's been 13
Yes,
years of singledom.
But they didn't want that. They wanted me to find someone else.
But when you think of it now, when you look back on it, and people watching might think this is fabulous and how incredibly, devoted as a mum and how selfless, which is all true. But I think other people might think, gosh, Claire, she's only got one life. During that time, she could have met someone fabulous. The children could have loved him. She could have loved him.
that person will still be there.
You feel that?
Right, absolutely. And it's all about the right frame of mind and what works for you. That was very much a me thing to do, to put my children first because it's my job. And I certainly wouldn't have liked any, to wake up with someone next to me in my bed with the kids. And it's just, for me, it's not right. For me, I've got a moral code. And for me, I just wanted everything, because not everything in their life was perfect. Given by the nature of the separation and having me as a mother, clearly I'm not perfect. But I think to give them the best chance, to give them the best start.
No, I think it's really noble, and I
really did.
I think it's somewhere between that line and taking your time and knowing for sure.
Yes.
I think how long into that 13-year period did your children say, "We want you to date, Mum"?
About 5 years into that, 5, 6 years.
And you didn't just think, well, they're ready now, so I'll do it now?
No, because there was upheaval in the domestic side of our lives, etc., etc. There's always been a bit of chaos to manage. And with the time you start and throw into the mix GCSEs, which are just out today, the new results,
Yes, of course.
then A-levels, then choosing schools, getting them into schools and keeping up with their lives, that was a full-time job. And I think now, it wouldn't have been fair on anyone else that I perhaps would like to have dated. It wouldn't have been fair on my relationship with them because I didn't have the capacity to give them the respect and the due care and diligence that our relationship needs.
It's interesting because I think, Tina, lots of us feel when you find yourself suddenly single, that to get back to your real self, you want a companion, not just a companion, but someone you love, someone you fancy, someone to do things with. And you also, I felt this tremendous desire to kind of like get some kind of ready-made family for the girls. I felt just, kind of battling on single. That was less good than if I could find someone to join me in the battle, I suppose. I obviously felt very differently.
I did too. And I felt like Bella's life has been enriched by us getting married and having 2 more children. And we've been like a solid unit and it's worked out. But I understand.
There was one of them. You only had Bella at
Yes,
the time.
I did. Just one, yeah.
And here are you, here are all 3 of your children.
Yeah.
Lovely picture.
And they're all great. But so I don't. Yeah, I mean, I think
for courses.
it is very much.
I mean, absolute respect though to you for really kind of focusing and feeling that was the best way to do. I think it's amazing.
Self-preservation.
Absolutely amazing. Vicky on Facebook says, I waited over 6 months to make sure the relationship was going somewhere. Your child does not have to meet every man you date. Absolutely excellent point. Thank you. Johnny on Facebook says it should be at least a year. Should it be a year? I wonder whether you agree on that. 0207 862 2222. I do feel that there's more guidance around now than there used to be.
That's true.
I feel, because I was alone in 1999 and I did read every self-help book I could. I practically took up residence in the self-help section of the library, honestly.
Which is why I don't think you did anything wrong.
Well, I
you
do.
shouldn't say that. No.
I think it was, well, I know it was wrong because it was a complete failure and total fiasco and I shouldn't have done it. They shouldn't have had to, the girls shouldn't have had to go through that. They shouldn't have even seen the fella.
You didn't know. I think we're all doing this for the first time, aren't we?
Yeah.
So I don't think you should beat yourself up.
But I feel like there is more guidance. And also I do think, I'm the first person to knock social media and say, everyone should read a book and no one should go online. But actually, I think there's a lot of support and good advice out there as well, don't you?
Yeah.
There is
Listen,
now,
online has
now.
created a whole world of sharing stories of what people are going through. And actually, even from your version to mine, there's all a slight different iteration. And I think you'll find your way of doing it online. as
Yeah,
well.
and also you can get support and advice from other people, which never hurts,
Yeah,
does it?
exactly.
Really, saying just wait. You know, you don't have to bring them with you. You don't have to bring the person home. You can, you can wave goodbye at the door and don't get them involved in it until you're really, really rock solid. And if you're not, then don't. And if it takes years, as you said, wait, that kind of a thing.
My husband knocked at the door when we were sort of dating, and Bella had gone to bed, and it was before we had introduced her, and she suddenly came down the stairs, and my husband was riding a motorbike at the time, so he had his helmet and he had his bag, and she said, "Is that the pizza man?" And I said, she goes, "Is he back again?" I really love pizza.
Let's speak to Janice on the line in London. Hello, Janice. Tell me what you did.
Well, I've actually been married 3 times.
Right.
I've got one son, and his father died when he was 8.
Right.
And he's always been pleased that I've had partners and husbands and whatever. And now I'm 82 and I've got a live-in partner.
Good for you, Janice.
No, my son always says I've been more trouble to him than he has to me.
What's the secret of finding a lovely partner, Janice? Help me out here.
Well, they haven't always been lovely, to be honest.
Really?
You have to go through a dud once. I mean, the second one after my husband died, I married this man, and we got parted after 6 weeks.
Wow.
6 weeks after the wedding, you parted?
Yes, yes.
God, what had you not realised about him?
Nothing. I'd been very carried away with everything, because here was I, a young girl of 32 with a little boy, and this man made a great fuss of me, and it just went. It was wrong. It was wrong.
Wow.
So I had to get rid of him quickly.
And then you found a better one for the third husband?
Yes, he was very good, but he was much younger than me. And then when he grew up, he wasn't so nice.
When he grew up. Janice, and what's the current live-in lover like?
Pardon?
The current live-in lover? What's...
The kids in Love, as I said, we started off drinking champagne and now we're taking tablets.
I wish you'd write a book, Janice, because I would definitely read it, wouldn't you? Janice I love the way she says she was more trouble to her son than he ever was to her.
She had me at champagne and pills.
Totally doesn't seem at all sorry or anything like that. She's not smitten with guilt, as I definitely am at all.
Go.
She's just coasting right through it. Well done, Janice. Lovely to hear from you. This is quite a kind of divisive subject, isn't it, really? Because I think it's the thing about, do you want to try and sort of create a framework and a family and get a partner in as quickly as possible to live the life you thought you were living? Or do you have the guts, as Claire did? Let's go to Debbie in Portsmouth. Hi, Debbie.
Hello there.
Tell me what you did.
I met my husband on the Tuesday. He moved in on the Saturday. And we got married, that was in the June, and we got married in the August.
Wow.
And today we've been married 26 years.
Oh my gosh, well done. So what was it about him that convinced you instantly he was Mr. Right or Prince Charming?
I just knew. I just took one look at him and I just knew that this guy was for me. We've both been through horrible divorces and we decided we're going to make this work. We're just going to be happy.
Wow.
And we just went for it.
Gosh, this is wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you for calling. What a great call. It absolutely uplifted everybody. Thank you so much.